Hey, good morning, guys. Back-to-back videos. I want to start off with Jeremiah 33:3. I thought it was a little, it first spoke to me this morning on what I want to talk about. Jeremiah 33:3. Call to me and I will answer you, and I will tell you great and mighty things which you do not know. Simple as that. I was going to get on here and talk about the economy, but I've talked about that till I was blue in the face. And I might mention it, but that's not what I'm actually going to discuss today. I have a lot of questions that I have been asking since about June, July of this year. A lot of questions. It's been eating at my soul and I know this is probably the wrong attitude, my growing frustration, my economic situation, which I probably drug you too deep into with me. I tend to keep things private, but I probably said too much about that. But my growing frustration with my job, my growing frustration with my family. When you call your mother, in the last 7 times, it goes straight to voicemail. I have a lot of questions. And mainly, I'm just a normal guy. And a lot of these, you probably are voicing the same questions. God's timing. I don't understand it. And these are some questions that I ask myself. If the rapture were to happen today, the only explanation I would know if there was about a 2 or 3 year gap. But we all know that there's nothing that has to happen before the rapture. But as a peon human, the way I am, it still doesn't make sense. The third temple. My question is, what happened to the red heifers? They just quit talking about it. Did they sacrifice 1 or 2 and not tell anybody so that way they do not provoke ire in the Middle East? I don't know. They just out of the blue just stopped talking about it. I realized this week that they have, and this blew me away. This is I know that they are ready. I always thought that they might pull out the old Ark of the Covenant to put in the temple. But it seems as though they built using the instructions out of Exodus, they built a replica of the Ark of the Covenant. Folks, that's insane. But where are we at with the temple? There's still problems on the Temple Mount. Maybe it's just the Antichrist will allow them to build the third temple. But those red heifers are coming of age. What happened to them? I don't know. Next question. The Russia-Ukraine war. If Russia is a part of this Gog-Magog alliance, then how come everybody's saying they're losing in Ukraine? How come the media is kicking up a fuss that, see, Russia's not doing so well in Ukraine? That's why they need help with the North Koreans. If there's going to be this mighty, powerful nation that goes against Israel, then why are they losing in Ukraine? I don't know. Should I not be listening to the media? Look, if it wasn't for NATO and if it wasn't for us, the U.S., Ukraine would have lost this last year. They have no people left to fight. But what's the holdup? You know, I've listened to Chuck Missler and John Barnett's teaching on this. The Russians come from an ancient group of people called the Scythians. And the Great Wall of China was built to keep the Scythians and the Magogians out. So the Magog territory is a lot bigger in the Bible than what is discussed now. So, I don't know. I just don't, if Russia is going to be a major player in the end times, then why are they doing so poorly in Ukraine? I just don't know. My biggest question comes from this election. What will a Trump re-election do to America in end times? We've all been thinking about it. A Harris election just makes more sense where America is at during the rapture of the Trump than a Trump election. Mark my words, Trump's not going to save this country. But what he's talking about, he says he wants to do away with the income tax. You know he's all for Israel. Am I ashamed to say that, I will go vote for Trump, but I know I'm not the only one out there, folks, so please don't lie. Am I the only one that is shameful to think in the back of my mind that they kind of wished Harris would win so we can get the show on the road? Am I wrong to think that? Again, I'm only human. Am I wrong to think that in the back of my mind, I kind of wish Harris would win so we can get the show on the road? What will Harris do? I don't want to see any more children murdered, but they're being murdered now. It's at the state level. Trump can't change that. The only thing he can do is stop it at the federal level and give it back to the states. Mark my words, America is going to be judged for the killing of innocent children. Harris will cripple, hinder, or even do away with the First Amendment. And she wants to pack the Supreme Court. So, do you see where America would head if Harris gets in there? complete judgment. That is why, are we going to get a reprieve if Trump gets in there? Now, I have a coworker who's thrown maps at me, complete and total fantasy on where Trump is at. They said, look, he's on the road to over 300 electoral college votes. No, he's not. In order for him to win, hold on, I gotta drink a coffee. In order for him to win, he's got to take Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, and North Carolina in one or two of the blue swing states: Pennsylvania, Minnesota, Michigan, Wisconsin. That's not an easy feat. Remember, in 2016, he took Pennsylvania. He took Georgia. And I think he took Arizona. You know where I'm going with this? The fix is already in. Virginia, they've ruled that they're going to allow non-citizens' vote to count. In Nevada, the Supreme Court in Nevada has ruled that they will accept mail-in ballots unpostmarked for up to 4 days after the election. You get where I'm going with this? It's already a coin flip. Do not listen to the lie of the media that Trump he's got this. I still don't think they're going to allow him back in office. But what if? What if by chance he wins? Where does that leave us? Mark my words, folks. Go vote. Go vote. Don't let my unsuredness hinder people from voting. That's what the Trump campaign is fearful the most, that evangelical Christians will stay home on Election Day. In 2020, I believe I read that 40 million evangelical Christians stayed home and didn't vote. I think I cost him the election. Well, you know why I thought he lost, but we're not allowed to say that here on YouTube. Fix. It's just that this election has just run through my mind the last 6 months. It's still close. It can go either way. But what if Trump wins? Mark my words, like I said, he's not going to fix this country and to the American economy. Why haven't we all out imploded yet? Who is feeding the Dow Jones? Who's feeding it? Maybe it's the rapture of the church that will finally cause the collapse of the U.S. economy. But Americans are struggling. I'm one of them. I have bills, I've mentioned this, I have bills that I have trouble paying. Just 2 weeks ago, for about 3 days, my electricity was off. I had to go stay at my mother-in-law's house. A lot of fun. 6 dogs running around that stinking house. R3, her 3. Felt like a Discover Nature Channel. A pack of dogs Lately, I felt like I'm not reaching anybody on this channel. Maybe it's my bad looks and my charming personality. Who knows? I feel like I lose 1 or 2 subscribers with every video I release. Am I doing any good on this channel? I don't know. A lot of questions. Where are we at with Babylon? Babylon is a major player during the tribulation. Now, before we go anywhere, don't turn off the video because I disagree with you that America is Mystery Babylon. If you read the next verse, it specifically states that it is a city. I've never been in the camp that America is Mystery Babylon. Neither is Rome. The only explanation where Babylon can be, it's already in the state of rebuilt, that it being rebuilt. The Chinese are started a seaport. But the only explanation is a gap. So that city will be ready for the Antichrist to come in and call it its capital city. Mystery Babylon is the second to biggest debate in religious circles next to post and pre-trib view. Everybody has a view on who Mystery Babylon is. My view is Babylon, but not everybody shares that. I get it. All of these questions. And I really don't want to be here any longer. I want to go home. Second day in a row, I've snoozed past 3 snooze alarms. My Chewbacca dog ran under the bed. I couldn't get her out, so in the back bedroom. So she stayed back there all night. I don't know what she did back there. I'll have to go and check. I'm tired, folks. Hard to keep a smile on your face when everything is just piling on top of your shoulders. Everything. I'm not going to keep it as long as yesterday. You have any answers to these questions? I don't. Russia, the Middle East. Another player, Iran. They got hit a lot harder than the media is saying. So where does that put them during the Gog-Magog invasion? They got hit pretty hard. Mainly their defense structure. Oh. Does that mean Turkey is Gog? The leader of Turkey? Oh. Wish I knew. I wish Jeremiah 33:3. I call upon him, but he's not answering. Maybe he will tell me in his own time. When we're all up there enjoying dinner and we can see the events of what's happening. Maybe it'll be on like a big screen in heaven while we're eating the events of what's going on. I don't know. There are verses in Revelation that we will be able to, we'll know what's going on down here during the tribulation. A lot of questions I just don't have the answers. Biggest question is, I can see the holidays right down the road. It is in view, and we are still here. We are still here. Not for much longer, I hope. I really hope I don't see 2025. No more 2025. I don't want to see it. Under a Harris presidency, Lord save us all. People are so blind to what this woman is about. How did we reach this point in our American history? 20 years ago, we would never have elected a Marxist president. She is on the verge of being the first. You have any idea? You know what? This video's gone on long enough. That's why it just makes sense that America is in the state of Harris when the rapture happens. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Or am I thinking too much into this? I don't have all the answers, folks. I wish I did. I'm just like you. Just a guy living paycheck to paycheck and struggling through life. My hand still hurt. My knee hurt this morning. I don't know what I did. I think I slept on it wrong. All right. How do you get out of here? How do you get out of this mess? The only way is to come with us. For a pre-trib rapture of the church, yep, pre-trib, we go up, tribulation starts. How soon after the rapture? Nobody knows. That's why nobody knows the man or the hour. That's not a rapture vote. That's not a rapture verse. That's a second coming verse. Why? Because we don't know from the rapture of the church to when the tribulation starts. We don't know. How long is that gap? The moment Israel signs the peace accord with the Antichrist, the 7 year starts at that time. But we don't know how long that gap is. A couple of weeks, a couple of months, a couple of years. Don't know. But you have to come with us. Acts 13, 38 and 39. Therefore let it be known to you, brethren, that through him forgiveness of sins is proclaimed to you, and through him everyone who believes is freed from all things from which you could not be freed through the law of Moses. The law of Moses can't do it. If we are standing up there and we're judged through the law of Moses, every one of us would go to hell. Every one of us. That's why he shed his blood. 1 Corinthians 15, 3 and 4, for I delivered to you as of first importance what I have also received, that Christ died for our sins according to Scripture, and that he was buried, and that he was raised on the third day according to Scriptures. He shed his blood so we can wash our sins in his blood. And in every video I say this, and I will continue to say it in every video, it is so simple. It is simple that Romans 10:13, for whosoever will call on the name of the Lord will be saved. It's that simple. not about works. I hope not. I'd be in trouble. You didn't do enough for me, Rich. Bye. Getting in the elevator going down. If you're in a falling elevator, if you jumped just right before it hits the ground, will you be saved? I don't know where that came from. All right. See you later, guys.